Hey guys. Hello. Thank y'all for being here. Oh, I was trying to get my I've been playing around with my oh my god. My what is it? My other stream I was going to try to go on tonight is acting up. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. I was going to try to hop on through that tonight, but it didn't want to do right. So, we'll try another time. We were trying to go on StreamYard, honey, and StreamYard is not doing right. So, we will try it another day. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go old school tonight, honey. Cause oh Lord, I was getting frustrated. But thank you guys for being here. Somebody say, "Love you, Caramel. Love you right back." Yes, I do. Also, what have we got? 64. Y'all got the likes up. The likes are looking good. Thank y'all. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Let's get started. All right. Everything said in the video is a legend, in my opinion, and is used for fair use. All right. Oh Lord, I've been rushing. I've been playing with this damn StreamYard, y'all. I'm trying to get on over. Like I said, I told you guys I was trying to do the little StreamYard thing to where we can start pulling some people up and letting you guys kind of talk about what you guys feel about certain topics that we talk about, because I'm interested to kind of get other perspectives as well. But we're working on that, okay? Somebody said I couldn't wait for your live one. I'm here. Everything said in the video is a legend, in my opinion, and it is used for fair use, okay? For those of you joining, if you did not see the description, we are doing the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all know every Sunday at 8 o'clock. We had to push it back just a little bit because I was still working on my StreamYard. But yeah, I couldn't get it to work, but nevertheless, damn it, we just going, like I said, we're gonna go old school and going to knock this thing out. Thank y'all for being here. Ooh, the numbers have jumped from 67 to 224. Thank y'all for being here. It says, yes, I need you to drag just a little bit. I'm here. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is season 6, episode 10. We're gonna jump right on in, okay? Love and Marriage Huntsville. The title of this episode is Unpaid in Full. Okay, again, it's Unpaid in Full, season 6, episode 10. All right. Now, the episode begins with everyone still at Tiffany and Lewis's baby shower. That's where they left off in episode 9. Okay, so this is episode 10. This is where it picks up. All right, Lewis is talking to and checking on Tiffany. She's still emotional. She's kind of still holding her tummy. Stormy is kind of standing back, being nosy, of course, and she's kind of watching and listening to see what Lewis is saying to Tiffany. Which is kind of weird that she kind of pulls out her phone and it looks like she's recording as well. I was like, girl, what are you doing? But yeah, child, that beak was at attention. Stormy's beak, honey, was at attention. She was like this here, honey, trying to see what was going on. She was looking all in everybody's mouth. She was supposed to be going to get water. She got distracted because her ass was being too damn nosy. But Tiffany's saying that when she opens her eyes that she's seeing stars, you guys, okay? So for a person not liking to see stars, she should probably really refrain from being in damn people's business. So she's gonna really see some stars, okay? Lewis, he asked someone, which I think it was Stormy, to please go get some water for Tiffany, okay? Stormy walks out from Lewis and Tiffany to pull Kimmy to the side to tell her what was going on with Tiffany versus just going and getting the damn water and coming right back. As you can see, Tiffany is in distress. She stopped to go and get, Kimmy to pull her to the side to catch her up on what was going on versus doing what she was asked to do. If you're going to stand back and help, then you should have been going to get the water and then explain, okay? So then Stormy goes in her confessional looking all mannish in the face with her club dress on, looking like a big-ass bottle of Pepto-Bismol. She says that the type of person to take over, that she's the type of person to take over in high energy situations. Girl, bye. She says that I'm gonna get her some water and I'm gonna get the nurse, which is Kimmy. Okay, everybody knows that Kimmy is indeed a nurse. Kimmy did not have any of her stuff there to help Tiffany. Okay, Kimmy walks into where Tiffany is after Stormy actually told her what was going on with Tiffany. And asked Tiffany, she says, "What you feeling, boo? What you feeling?" She's asking her, how is she doing? So Tiffany then responds, she says, "When I open my eyes, I see stars." Okay. So then Kimmy asks, "Have you had any issues with your blood pressure or anything. And Kimmy also says that we're in Maurice's car, so I don't have my blood pressure cuff to actually check Tiffany's blood pressure. Okay, usually that's what it is. If you're seeing stars like that, for those of you that have any blood pressure issues, you may know about that. If you're seeing stars or something like that, a lot of times it could be that your blood pressure is up. All right. So Kimmy asked Tiffany, she says, has that ever happened before? Tiffany responded, no. She says that I just started to feel exhausted and nauseous, and literally when I open my eyes, I just see little stars. Okay. And of course she has her head down and she's, you know, still feeling a certain type of way. So then Stormy, of course, says, well, can we call 911? Which we know that's what you love to do, honey, because you gonna go to the emergency room, especially when the popo looking for you. Okay. Tiffany being irritated, she says no after Stormy asks, can they call 911? All right. So then Kimmy says, why would you say no? She says, someone needs to check your pressure. She says at minimum, I think that you should at least lay down, but lay down on your left side. Okay. She's trying to tell Tiffany some things that she can do to kind of alleviate the pain and kind of alleviate the stars or however she's feeling to make her feel a little better. Stormy then says that I think that we need to call 911 or go to the hospital, which we know, honey, that's what you gonna do, because that's what you did when Black Titanic issued them papers out on you, baby. You went straight on to that hospital. Okay. I don't know anybody that goes to the hospital for being scared of cop-itis, but that's what you was there for, girl, because you damn sure didn't come out of there with no sepsis, but you did come out of there, you scared of cop-itis. That's what I'm gonna name it. Okay, moving on. Stormy then goes to the I'm being hella messy. All right, so Kimmy is explaining to Tiffany that she really needs to go get her blood pressure checked. I don't know why everybody's begging her to do this. Like, if you, first of all, you're pregnant, you don't want to be sitting there and something could be wrong with you and the baby. So you don't want to be sitting there and say, oh, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. She was pretty much saying she didn't want to go. So she's sitting with her head down and her hands and her eyes closed, and she's refusing to get anything done. All right. So then Tiffany says that, she says, when I open my eyes, I really see two of you. That's what she's telling Kimmy. So Kimmy was like, see, that's the problem. She says that, and then of course, Tiffany grandfather comes in to kind of show support, and he's holding her hand, and then he grabs her hand and kind of helps her up, with Lewis kind of helping pull her up. Okay. And then Kimmy then says, she says, I'm confused. She says, do grown people have to have permission to call 911? She says, you do realize that you are pregnant, right? Meaning that this situation could be serious, and you're refusing to go and get some type of help. So then Kimmy goes into the confessional and says, I'm not sure where Tiffany's head is right now. She says that Tiffany can barely stand up. Says that she won't hear us when we say go to the hospital. So Kimmy's kind of getting a little frustrated. You know, the nurse and her is saying, hey, Tiffany needs to go and get checked out, but she's refusing. So then Stormy, of course, like I said, she's standing back taking pictures while Tiffany is crying and kind of laying back at this point. They're just kind of trying to, you know, which was kind of awkward. So then Maurice comes in and he's trying to help Lewis pick Tiffany up. Then they finally get Tiffany picked up. Lewis, they get her in Lewis's truck, which then they kind of sped off to go to finally the ER, which I don't know what the hell took them so long, but they finally, and I'm talking about Lewis sped up out of there, baby. He was peeling out of there in that truck. All right, so the next scene is Maurice is at the job site, all dressed up in this suit, and so is Marcel. Okay, you guys know this is the same job site where they're supposed to be building the Fairfield Inn, which I told you guys have been put at a halt because nobody is actually building on this job. So they're there to celebrate, take pictures, and do all this stuff, Connie, because they are so excited to finally have a job when ain't nobody even doing shit now. So they took all them damn pictures for nothing. All right. Marceau, he pulled up, honey. He done rented him another white truck, looked like the one that he used to have, so that people wouldn't think that the shit was repoed when we already done saw it on video. But anywho, he done rented him another white pickup truck because the other one was repoed. Marceau then says that he's proud to be on the job site, okay? Maurice is there, like I said, for them to kind of celebrate the job. Tisha comes up, honey. She's got on this pink Easter dress, honey, with these white stockings and these peep-toed Easter shoes. And I was just like, Jesus, girl, where the hell you going out here with all this dirt and clay and all this mess with your toes peeping out and your toes sliding through the front of your shoes out there trying to walk? Tisha can't walk in heels for shit. So the guy Gino that is hired at at Schultz that Marceau hired. He shows up from inside the trailer, which I did a whole live where I talked to y'all about. He was sleeping up in that same trailer that was on the job site where he wasn't supposed to be sleeping at when said person walked up on him, and he took off running because he knew his ass wasn't supposed to be there. Okay. But anywho, so Tisha says that she and Gino started out kind of in the wrong place. She says, but he brings something to the table, and she's proud of what he's done so far with the business. Okay. So then Marceau kind of does a little speech saying that he's happy that they're working and that they're doing this big project that they're working on. And this is the Fairfield Inn, the hotel, like I said, that they were supposed to be building, which they're not. So then Tisha and Marceau, they get into confessional, and they're saying that they're happy that they're working together to accomplish things and making major moves. Okay. I mean, that's what it looked like at the time, but not so much now. Okay. Now that the job is at a halt. Moving right along. So then Marceau says that he's been talking to Gino, and he says that they laid their pride aside and that he's trying to figure out how to get that back with the comeback group. Okay. I don't know why they're still trying to do this whole comeback group bullshit. Melody has already sold her shares to the group, so she's not even really in the comeback group. That's really not a comeback group anymore. But this is something that Carlos is kind of pushing on them in order to make them look like they're getting along this season since the reunion, when Melody was saying she wasn't checking for and fooling with none of them, when the rest of them kind of looked like, what? Like, what are we going to do with our storylines next season? So this is Carlos is doing, trying to push the comeback group out there to make everybody think that everyone is getting along so great, when that's just not the case. Melody ain't fooling with them in no business. So Maurice then says that he used to have that. He says that we used to have that, man. He says that we can get that back there again, talking about the comeback group. He says that once money and pride and agenda got in the way, that's what ruined everything with everybody. Okay. So then Marceau says that that's what I say about the expo. He says that what if we raise $100,000 in sponsorship, then we raise that capital. He says, and then you want to do something that we can contribute to that endeavor. He says, but we're not paying people to speak. So he's still stuck on this whole, you guys are come and do this expo, but we're not going to pay anybody. So how you want people to come and work for you and not pay for them to come and work for you? Like, everybody's time is valuable. My time is valuable. I might not want to come and do something for free and or, volunteer. So then Tisha says, it's not about the money for us. We know that, because you ain't got no damn money. Says that this is something that we're doing to give back to the community. Because y'all know she got to spell out every syllable, honey, in community. All right. She says that the people who support us. Okay. Okay, Tisha. She says over the past years that it's not about trying to make money off of this. This is what Tisha's saying. So then Marceau says that as a gift to the community for doing so much, that we're not even asking you guys to pay your time to the community. He says, and then Tisha says that we're going to have this meeting soon, and I want everyone to express their feelings. That I really would like it if we could end in a good note and join forces together. Okay, and be a movement, honey, because y'all want to be a movement, and yeah, no. So then Marceau then says that I just want to know who's in and who's out. Okay, pretty much who's gonna fall for our bullshit and who's not. That's pretty much what the question really is. Who's gonna fall for our bullshit and who's not? I know who really ain't, and that's gonna be Melody. Okay. So then Maurice, like I said, he was so vocal in the previous meeting, as you guys know, the first meeting that they had, he was kind of vocal in the previous meeting that Tisha and Marceau had against Tisha and Marceau when they were there. Of course, well, not at the meeting. Y'all remember when they had the slutty vegan event over there at Black? Maurice went on and on about he felt that they should be paid and that he didn't agree with that, blah, blah, blah. So now that he's there with Marceau, he's kind of agreeing with everything that Marceau said, which I think is so weird, because when he gets around Kimmy, then he has a voice and he speaks up and says the stuff that he needs to say. But when it's just him and Marceau, he's not so much speaking up like he should if Kimmy is not there. And I've noticed that. I think that he knows that Kimmy has a certain expectation out of him when it's certain things that she don't agree with. And he don't really have no balls like that. But when it's just him and Marceau, he kind of agrees with Marceau because that's his brother, I guess. But when they're all sitting at the table, then he said, "Oh yeah, you're you know, I agree with what Kimmy's saying and what everybody else is saying." And then Marceau is kind of looking at him like, "Bitch, you were just saying that you agree with me." But it's just weird. All right. Next scene, Mel is sitting with her attorney. Okay. Melody greets her attorney. His name is Caleb, who has been her attorney, she says, since the divorce. And now he's assisting her with this prolonged custody case. Okay. He's trying to resolve the things with the case so that Melody and the kids can kind of move on past everything. Okay. So Caleb says to Melody, says that, "How have you been?" Okay. So then Melody says, "Great. Just kind of checking on things." She says that, "I know that we talked about my name change." She says that that's a big decision that I made, right? And she says that, "I want to remove Hope from my business and my brand." She says that, "I've already started doing that by just calling myself Melody Cherie." She says that, "Where are we with that and how long does it take?" All right. So then Caleb, her attorney, lets her know that there's no one that can object to her actually having a name change, but there is a catch to it. Okay. Caleb says to Melody that you cannot be a party in any active court case in any jurisdiction in the U.S. and have your name changed during that time. Okay, so Melody kind of looks like all the air has been sucked out of her because she's ready to kind of move on with her life and get this name up off her. But she realizes now that she has to wait a little longer until this court case is finally settled before she can move forward with doing that, which we all know now she's already done that. If you guys have been following on social media, Melody has now changed her name back to Melody Cherie Rogers. Okay, it is official. She is getting ready to throw a party. For those of you who don't know, she is going to be throwing a party to celebrate her name change back to her maiden name of Rogers. She's been trying to get this done for the longest. Martel, I believe, he filed for this whole court case to avoid her doing that because he has been able to start businesses and get the clout that he's been getting just by being able to mention Melody's name and throwing Holt on the end. You guys saw how he acted at the reunion when Carlos King introduced her to come out from backstage to come on the stage, and he called her Melody Cherie. Martel felt a way and said, "No, let me correct you. That's Melody Cherie Holt." Okay, he made sure to throw that Holt on the end because he feels like that Holt kind of holds some weight, which really the only weight that it was holding was weighing her down. She didn't want that name. In terms of what it represents. So now she's able to move how she wants to move, and she feels a little more free being able to change her name. So Melody has officially changed her name to Melody Cherie Rogers. She does not have Holt anymore. And I wish she would go ahead and change her kid's last name and take Holt off, and go ahead and change Tank's name as well from Martel Jr., because that name definitely does not fit. I don't believe, and I know that's he's a junior or whatever, but Martel has felonies. I would not want my son to carry his father's name, knowing all the stuff that Martel is involved in. And, I would change it. And not just to be petty, I would change it just because I would want my son to have his own identity and not to have to, carry that stigma that follows Martel. And now that he has this mess on him with him saying, with everybody knowing that Martel has gone out here and done this whole revenge PORN on Melody, it's a lot of stuff that Martel has done. So the fact that Tank carries Martel's name, I don't think that's such a great idea. But moving on. But Melody has changed her name, okay? Moving right along. So Melody, like I said, she's visibly upset by that news. Melody says, "So you mean to tell me that Martel was still trying to control me in the marriage and still trying to control me with this last name?" Okay. I was like, "Girl, I feel your pain." All right. Melody says that, "I was surprised in the case." She says that being asked about my phone records, she goes into detail in terms of the things that Martel have done for her. She says, "I felt that was very evasive." She says that, "Why is Martel's attorney asking for my phone records, bank statements?" She says, "I guess that I understand because you want to make sure that the person can take care of the child and or children." So then her attorney says, "Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much why they would ask for bank statements, but not so much, phone records and things of that nature. Like, why would you need that when you guys are divorced?" So Melody says that his attorney asked for the password to my social media. That is unheard of. Martel is a complete psycho, and he needs to be put down like a dog. But then Caleb, her attorney, says that never had a judge once force a client to turn over their passwords to any of their social media to the other party. Okay. So Melody says that Martel wanted a list of anyone that she met up with since the divorce in a romantic way, which I feel that that's psycho, because that's none of your damn business. You dating everybody in Atlanta and the surrounding areas, but you want to know who she laying up and booed up with? That's none of your damn business. She can be with 1,000 people if she chooses to. She's divorced now. Why are you still mad and in your feelings? You said you didn't want her. You was telling her, let's go on and get this divorce finalized, but you ain't left her alone yet. And you still pressed and asking the judge for something so outlandish that even her attorney is saying that that's something that was never even asked for. He's just so stupid. He get on my damn nerves. So then Caleb, Melody's attorney, says that, how are things with you and Martel? Okay. Melody says that, I know you had to send him a letter with him popping up at my house excessively and having excessive calls as well. She says all of that for now has calmed down. So all these things Martel was doing behind the scenes, just popping up, doing whatever the hell he wants to do. All right. So Caleb, which is Melody's attorney, says, oh, okay, that's great. So then Melody asks, she says, I guess unfortunately, we'll have to wait until the case is over. She's still kind of deflated because she cannot go ahead and change her name because her businesses also are tied to the Melody Cherie brand, as you guys know. All right. So then, of course, her attorney agrees. Yes, ma'am, we will definitely have to wait. So Melody says, okay, very disappointed. Okay. Next scene is Martel. He pulls up in his Uber truck to meet up with Miguel Wilson to discuss this suit line that they are trying to get off the ground, which is going to be falling right back on the ground because we know everything that Martel does not do well. But anywho, Martel goes in confessional and he says, I'm very excited to meet with Miguel Wilson. He's a very big fashion designer in Atlanta, Georgia. He says that I'm very passionate about my clothes. Since when? He says that I'm very passionate about the clothes that I put on my body. He says that I really feel like it should be a person that feels what they're wearing and knows what he's doing. Well, first of all, you're not passionate about anything you put on your body because why is your nuts always scrunched up like they in there arguing in everything that you wear? You stay in hoochie daddy shorts. You stay in these tight ass Easter damn pants. You always wearing them funky ass skunk loafers everywhere you damn go. So I don't see any passion behind that, sir. I don't see any passion behind your nuts arguing in your pants every goddamn day. I don't see any passion behind that. I mean, your nuts have a restraining order from the last 3 pants that your ass wore. They still trying to be resuscitated from the last time your ass stepped out and sashayed your ass out in them tight ass pants. Okay? Where I come from, we call them nut huggers because they hug your nuts. But go off. Mr. I'm so passionate about what I put on my body. Really? Do you feel the same way about the holes that be on your body too? Let's go on and dig a little deeper. You passionate about what you put on your body? You passionate about Ariana being on your body? You passionate about that little young chick down there, Sheree being on your body? Really? Oh, okay. Let me wet my whistle on that. Really? Passionate about what you put on your body. Boy, go somewhere and sit down, Martel. Lies don't be caring who tell them, but let's continue, honey. So Martel says that, I'm that person, I'm actually that person. Okay, Martel. So I was like, bro. So then Martel, of course, he welcomes Miguel Wilson to Huntsville. Of course, Miguel Wilson came to Huntsville to sit with Martel. Why? I don't know. So Miguel then says, you look good. Says, did you work out this morning? Just trying to engage in conversation. I was just like, who cares, Miguel? Martel then says, no, I didn't work out. No. He says, I need to get back in there, though. But, you probably got to pay your membership first, okay, to get back in there. He said that I really haven't been to the gym, in a couple of weeks, man, because you ain't paid that bill. When you don't pay the bill, they don't let you come in and work out. But go off. Mm-hmm. So then Miguel speaks to Martel about motivation, okay? In terms of Martel saying, yeah, I ain't been to the gym in a few weeks. So then Miguel kind of brings up this topic of discussion about motivation with Martel. Then Martel says, I always like to look good. He back on that again. And I was just like, you know what? I can't take no more lies, Martel. Maybe you be quiet and just let Miguel talk because what's coming out of your mouth ain't too much feeling it, okay? I'm still stuck on them last hoochie daddy shorts that your ass was prancing around there in at 30-degree weather over there when Maurice had to tell your ass it was freezing cold outside, but you didn't give a hot damn because you was letting your nuts air out. But go off, sir. Okay, yeah. You're like a whole clown out here. You're like a clown with a wedgie. With a funky brown damn child. Let's get out of here with this. So then Martel says that I can really wear a suit. Okay. So he's trying to sell himself to Miguel because that's what he specializes in is the suits. Okay. Well, are the suits. We went to school. He specialized in suits. All right. So then production kind of rolls tape back on Martel in different scenes and him wearing a suit where he's kind of walking in honey sachet and he's walking like this. I said, yeah, that's the bitch coming out of him. He was walking, giving that bitch walk, honey, with his suit on, honey. And they was tight, honey. This suits was tight. You could check his blood pressure in a few of them suits and everything, honey. This is how he was walking. I said, yes, honey, the bitch is coming up at him, honey. But yeah. So they production roll tape back, honey, and conveniently with Melody in a lot of those shots, honey, that they roll tape on. Notice that, you know, Melody was the one that got him wearing the suits. Melody was the one that turned him on in wearing suits because the only thing he was wearing back then was, honey, handcuffs and wife beaters, honey. He wasn't wearing nothing but handcuffs and wife beaters back in the day. But Melody, you know, kind of turned his life around and put him on to the suits because he wasn't wearing no suits back then. He didn't have no suits. He couldn't afford no suits, honey. But go off, Martel, okay? I wanted to fast forward it, but I knew I had to, review the show for you guys. So I had to go ahead and suffer through that part. But I only do it for my caramelians because I really do love y'all. Trust me, I really love y'all if I sat there through that part because it was all lies. So then Martel says, honey, that he wants Miguel to help him through this whole process. Could that be that you would need him to spot you a little bit to get this thing jump started off the ground? We'll see here. Let's go. Let's continue. Okay. More so on the financial side. Okay. So Miguel says that people know him from his fashion, okay, for weddings, and that Martel would be good with that. I was just like, oh shit, here we go. Now Miguel line, okay? So people gotta walk in with tight ass suits on at weddings and yeast infections now, smelling skunk loafers at weddings now, Miguel. Is that what you trying to tell Martel that that's what folk need to be doing now in terms of him going into business with you? Oh, okay, sir. So Miguel is shown at an event, okay? Production kind of rolls tape at Miguel at an event when he comes out, honey. He's making his entrance on this horse, child. I said, Lord, why he coming out here riding on Sheree? Why they got Miguel coming out here riding on Sheree back? Because y'all know she got a whole horse face, but that's just in my own pity mind. Let's move on, child. So then Martel says that this business idea with Miguel would be perfect, okay, for his bold style, okay? He says that she says, I think that us working together would be perfect. I was just like, you would think that you working with anybody would be perfect, okay? I would think that you would get a 9 to 5 would be perfect, but go off. All right, so then production shows Melody and Martel, honey, on this horse-drawn carriage. I think it was when Melody was pregnant and she was going to her baby shower when she was pregnant with Sugar Mama, when they had some type of event. Y'all remember when they was in the white horse and carriage and they were all riding together like this? I was like, why are they doing all these reminiscent moments when Mel and Martel had all these happy moments together? Like, what was production trying to do? Because Melody totally does not feel like that now. They were doing all these moments where they were kind of reminiscent with them sitting there, Martel's cheesing like this right here because he was so happy to be sitting beside Mel. I was just like, oh, I can't. So then Miguel kind of asked asked Martel, I'm sorry, if he had a price range for his suits, okay? So the Martel says, I'll say about $600-700. Is that good? I said, who the hell about to be buying your suits for $600 or $700, Martel? Who you think you are, Steve Harvey out here? You're not Steve Harvey. You're not Steve Harvey. You're not even Steve Holt. Okay, who the hell you think about to be spending $600 on some damn suits with just your name on it? Like, sir, no. So then Miguel says that only puts you in the 50% range because 50% of the guys can buy from you, and that at that price range. Okay, like I was just saying. Not everybody's spending $600-700 on suits. I'm sorry, unless you're a celebrity, somebody that's really got some major income coming in. You know, a man want to go out here and just get a nice little suit to go out to wherever they're going. They don't want to be spending those $600-700 for no damn suit when they can probably get one for $150 to $200 for a really, really nice one. Like, who are you? He got that same mentality as Sheree, thinking that people want to spend $250 for a whole sweatshirt for her She by Sheree line. Like, who are you? Martel, who are you? I'm still waiting to figure out who the hell you are to think that somebody's going to be spending that much on you, but go off. Martel says that if I can still have great quality, then that's just my main focus. Okay, so he's saying he pretty much would rather have good quality for his suits. I'm guessing versus, I guess, you know, people having to spend that amount of money. So then Miguel's assistant, which is a female who was sitting there, she says that, do you like shoulder lapels or peach lapels? And I was like, the only lapels he know about is wedgie lapels. So he probably don't even understand what the hell y'all talking about in terms of these different types of lapels for these suits that y'all are pitching to him, okay? Martel only knows about wedgie lapels and not the shoulder lapels and peach lapels like the assistant was trying to pitch to him. Martel was trying to sit there and act like he knew what the hell she was talking about, but he was totally lost. So then Martel, yeah, he likes his lapels up the ass, wedgie style, okay? But Martel says that I don't like oversized lapels. I was like, boy, shut up. As if you even know how to even say and or spell lapels. So then the assistant and Miguel then says that, do you like double-breasted suits? He says that would fit your brand perfectly. And then he says, and then do the suits with the gold buttons, okay? And then Martel said, oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, yes. He's agreeing with him. Oh, I love it. That would be nice. Oh, that looks great. That's presidential. As if you know anything about anything presidential, okay? So then Miguel says that he don't do this. He says, but I'm going to make space in my stores for other Black designers and Black brands, okay? He just boosted Martel's head up. So then Martel says, oh, that's a yes for me. Oh, that's yes. Like he's sold. You were sold from the time you sat down before you even heard anything, because you don't have anything else going on, Martel. He was already sold. So he want to come out now. Oh, yes. Oh, now I'm sold. You were already sold, Martel. You ain't got shit else going on. So then Miguel said, yes. So it's a yes. It's a yes. Like, yeah. He don't have nothing else going on. Okay. So then they kind of stand up and they shake on it. Then Martel goes into confessional. He says that I'm excited to jump into this fashion industry. You know, he says I'm a single dad of 5 and I do have to be financially stable. And I feel that this right here will create generational wealth. Lies. He says that I have my wine, which is the incest wine. He says, and it's doing well. Lies. I've been on the website. He says, and it will be in store soon. And I said, well, it's already there. You know, it's a replication of a wine that's already there. Did you know that? Because you white labeled yours, remember? Oh, okay. Yeah. So he says that I'm working on a few things that's going to set me up with success. Oh, okay. Go off, set. All right. So then Miguel says, okay, so to do this right now, what you're going to need to kind of jumpstart this thing and get it up off the ground, you're going to need a good $100,000 to go ahead on and get this thing started. Okay. Martel says, oh, okay. Bruh, you was fussing over having to spend $28,000 in your custody case. I know you ain't got $100,000 to get no suit line started. He said, okay, like he just got it sitting in the bank, waiting to go on and write that check and ready to go. I was like, boy, if you don't stop this capping in here, you know good and hell well, you ain't got no $100,000 sitting nowhere. Now, there's probably sitting in the ATM that you was looking at that you was going to steal that one time. Probably was $100,000 sitting in that ATM that you and Uncle Sam was going to go on over there and try to steal that one time. But go off. Yeah, this is going to be a petty review tonight. It's going to be petty. It's going to be petty. So then Martel discusses samples, honey. Miguel discusses samples with Martel, then mentions a black tie party in DC and invites Martel to go, which he's super excited. Oh my God, yes. Oh, in DC? Oh, yes, I would love to be there, okay? Martel hurried up and accepted the invitation because y'all know he ain't got shit else going on. His calendar is clear for anything that Miguel was throwing his way, okay? You want to go out next Friday? Oh, let me check my Palm Pilot. I ain't doing shit. Yeah, I'll be there. He was on that, okay? So then Miguel says that he'll give Martel, honey, a segment in his fashion show, okay, to introduce him, okay? So is it going to be, yes, this is Martel Holt, the, tight-ass Easter suit wearing, ATM stealing, don't pay no child support to his kids, still running behind his ex-wife and taking her to court for child support, ass. Is that the introduction that you was gonna give us with him? Okay, so then of course they stand up and they greet each other, and Martel of course leaves, and he's dapping out, honey, back on his whole walk, honey, going back out there to his Uber truck, honey, where he's sitting on honey, with his gas light on, where he done flew his ass up there to be going to do this meeting with Miguel Wilson. Moving on to the next scene. Tiffany and Lewis, they could have skipped this scene because it gave me absolutely nothing. Thank you so much, Gertina Jones. So next scene is Tiffany and Lewis. Tiffany appears to be okay. She's smiling. She's laying in the bed. She's about to eat and or drink something and talk to Lewis. All right. All right. So then Lewis says that he took Tiffany to the hospital. Okay. He says that he was scared and he did not know what to do. Okay. Y'all know that she had a little scare at the baby shower. All right. So then Tiffany says that the doctor says that she needs to slow down and drink more water and put her feet up, okay, to alleviate the pressure. All right. So then Lewis says that Lewis and Tiffany, of course, you guys said that the baby is okay. Lewis says that what are you working on? Tiffany had these papers or looked like a little notebook or something in the bed while she was sitting there. Lewis said, what are you working on? Because she's supposed to be relaxing. So Tiffany says, my last business trip. So she has a last business trip coming up when she's supposed to be, I guess, on like bed rest, and she's sipping her water, child, because the doctor done told her she needs to drink water. So then so Lewis says that Lewis and Tiffany, they kind of discussed this trip that she was supposed to take. And she said it's her last trip before her baby actually arrives, and that the trip is actually going to be in DC. Okay. And then Lewis says that slowing down is a real thing for me, Tiffany, when it comes to you. Okay. She's just kind of looking at him like, okay, Ann, like she is gonna go on this damn trip regardless. Lewis says, I was scared as hell to see you in that moment. He says, I love you, Tiffany. He says, I really do. He says, and it was hard to see you in that place. All right. He starts crying, you guys. He gets emotional while he's talking to her because Tiffany just doesn't get it. She still wants to push herself and still continue to go when he's steady trying to tell her, look, you need to slow down because I'm concerned about you. That moment at the baby shower was an eye opener for him because he was lost and did not know what to do. And she was steady saying she didn't want to go to the hospital and get anything checked out. So then Lewis says that he expresses his feelings of being scared as to what happened, like I said, at the baby shower with Tiffany. Tiffany then apologizes for putting Lewis and the baby and her family through that, okay? So then Lewis tells Tiffany that she needs to rest because that's God's way of getting her attention, to tell her that she needs to rest and slow down. All right, so then Tiffany feels that her business trip, of course, is more important than anything. So then Tiffany asked what happened with the guy's conversation at the baby shower. Now, I kind of said in my petty little mind that I felt like Tiffany was kind of faking a little bit because she knew the guys were out there fussing and carrying on. But I don't know. She seems to be real pressed about the conversation that happened outside. So she's asking Lewis. Lewis says that Marceau is always stirring up some mess, just like Betty Crocker. So that makes Tiffany laugh. She gets real, she starts chuckling at Lewis cracking jokes. Okay. He says, and he understands Martel's perspective, but Marceau had nothing to do with things. He says that Marceau just wants to be relevant. Same thing I said. Marceau he didn't have nothing to do with that situation. He needed a photo moment. He needed some camera time because, as y'all know, like I said last episode, nobody's really been seeing Marceau. He really has not been filming this season. So he used that opportunity to tell Martel to film that scene at Black, which then gave him an opportunity to have some camera time and to get all up in the business. That's all it was. He used Martel in order to get him some camera time. And what better way to do it and say, hey, come up here and make it look like I'm helping you study up here at Black when I'm really not. But you're going to call Tiffany up here to have a conversation with her when you tell her it's going to be about Selma. But really, we're going to talk to her about what happened with Sheree. Marceau already knew what the conversation was going to be in my mind. Okay. I feel like he already knew what the conversation was, but he was putting 20 on 10 as he always does for video moment or camera time rather. So then going back to Tiffany and Lewis, Tiffany says that she needs to work on how she brings certain things up, okay? And she needs to work on her timing. I totally agree. Lewis says, real talk, it does rub people the wrong way, Tiffany, because they don't really know you, okay? Meaning that you be saying little stuff out of turn, and the people that you be saying it to don't really see it for you and or know you like that, okay? So then Tiffany says that I really wanted to get to know Sheree. She says that one thing that I do stand firm on is that I tried many times to extend myself to Mel and Martel and offer any type of expertise. Thank you so much for the super chat. And experience when it comes to a blended family. She's back on this blended family again. She says that I want to ask Mel, does it bother her if they've been around her children? Once again, you are stirring the pot and putting yourself in a situation that have nothing to do with you. Whatever Melody and Martel do in this situation regarding their children and or who Martel is dating, let dogs lie where they lie. And I mean that literally. Let dogs lie where they lie. And he is indeed a damn dog. What does that have to do with you? You are pregnant. Your focus should be on making sure you are straight, that you are stress-free. Why do you keep adding more pressure and or stress to your pregnancy when you already had your blood pressure up, worried about something that didn't have nothing to do with you? Moving right along. Okay. So Lewis says, what does that matter though? Okay. Tiffany said, because it might be healthy to their relationship. Lewis says that how many times has Mel reached out to you? Okay, so he's kind of getting frustrated with Tiffany because she's not getting it. He says, how many times has Melody reached out to you for co-parenting advice? Tiffany says, never. So Lewis says, so sometimes people got to just be receptive and going forward, don't put me in no more shit. That's what Lewis told her. And I was just like, you better tell her ass, because she continues to cause a wedge because she's starting mess, and then you got to go defend her, which you should. But I like the way he handled that. He checked them. He checked Marceau and Maurice and Martel in public, but then he dealt with her and let her know where she was wrong in private. He didn't do that shit in public, and I respect him as a man and or husband for that. Men, that's how you do that. You know your wife be wrong, but don't check her in front of everybody else. You wait till you get home and you talk to her ass and let her know, look, you were doing a little bit too much over there. You was talking too much. You was getting yourself in a situation that had shit to do with you. I'm going to need you going forward not to be doing that shit, because then you put me in some mess, okay? But then you be like this on their ass and let them know. Don't be all up in my wife's face. Don't be talking to her. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be that way. And I like the way he handled that, because that's how it's supposed to be. My husband would have totally done the same thing and probably with some asses out the door. Moving right along. Yeah. Yeah. So next scene, moving right along. Next scene. They're having the comeback meeting and or situation. I'm going to call it a situation, child, because I don't even think that was a damn meeting. That was a dictatorship. Melody shows up. Kimmy is already there sitting, and they're waiting on everyone else to get there. Tisha and Marceau, they're late when they're actually the ones that's throwing this meeting. And Kimmy makes note to say that that Marceau and Tisha are always late for every single thing. Melody has on this cute black and white little jumpsuit, honey, where it's like black on one side and white on the other. It's kind of V-cut in the back and V-cut in the front. She has her hair braided to the back, got the face beat. She's looking cute. So the jumpsuit looked really nice. It's something I would wear. It was cute. It was cute. I was like, go off, sis. So Kimmy and Melody, they're sitting down, they're catching up. Kimmy has her notebook and she ready this meeting. Kimmy got her notebook, baby, like she's the comeback secretary. And she says that she wanted to be more prepared, honey, for this meeting. I said, baby, please be prepared, because you know Marceau and Tisha, they gonna be coming with the bullshit. So then Kimmy goes into her confessional and she says that we got a call for the second meeting, and we haven't heard from Tisha or Marceau since the first meeting. She says that I have a lot of questions and I want to get down to what's going on in this meeting. Okay, that's what she said in her confessional. So Melody and Kimmy, they're kind of sitting back there, a little chit-chatting on in terms of, you know, catching up and what's going on with them. Kimmy says, do you remember Marceau saying that he wanted to be the CEO of the comeback group? That's what she's asking Mel. Melody was like, yeah. So then Kimmy says, and then she kind of shows Melody this long letter that Marceau kind of typed up and wrote up to present to the comeback group years ago in terms of him being the CEO of the group. And it was a whole bunch of bullshit. So Marceau kind of wrote explaining why he should be the leader of the comeback group. So then Melody says, wonder how he feels now. Okay. So then Kimmy says, she says, I know. She says, that's why it's the Black Expo, you know. So she's trying to be funny with that. So then Melody says, so how do you feel? She says, you're going to be a panelist and or present, talking about for the Black Expo, as Tisha calls it. So then Kimmy says, I haven't fully wrapped my head around it. She says, I want to know their thoughts first before I jump in. She says, in regards to it being their project and us helping and being a part of it. She says, in my heart, I feel like they're biting off ideas that we already touched on previously. Okay. She says it should be a comeback to the Black Expo. So Kimmy's like, yeah, I don't know. They ain't sold me on this yet. So then Melody says, so much has happened and people kind of steer away, you know. So Kimmy says, most people is you, Mel. Okay. She says that everyone still wanted to do it in terms of the comeback group. Okay. She says, I still pay taxes on it. She says, I still talk to the accountant. She says, if we're going to keep it, she says, or if we're not going, she says, if we're going to keep it or if we're going to dissolve it, we should just go ahead and use it. She says, I get it that you want to back out. She says, but our last conversation where you wanted to dissolve it, she says, no one wanted to actually dissolve it. Everybody wanted to continue the comeback group, but Melody. Okay. Melody wanted to dissolve the comeback group to avoid doing any type of business with Martel. That's just my perspective. Melody did not want any ties business-wise to Martel. So when she looked down the line in terms of them dissolving all the businesses they had together, the only thing that was left for her to dissolve and or remove herself from was the comeback group. And I don't blame her. She is not getting ready to be working and busting her ass doing all the hard work for Martel, who don't really have any business acumen to sit back and collect a check and receive any type of, you know, profits from any business ventures that they put together when he don't do anything. He's just sitting there. Melody had to read the contracts to him when they were in the comeback group. They would ask Martel, what do you think? Well, ask Melody. He didn't know anything. Martel knows absolutely nothing about business. So I see why Melody cut ties. You're not going to ride my back and then get a check off me doing all the hard work when you did that the whole marriage. He did it the whole time when they had Holt and Holt. Melody was going behind the scenes doing all the business work. Melody had the builder's license. Martel couldn't do shit without Mel. He still can't to this day. So Melody says that I get what you're saying. Okay. Kimmy says that if we can clean that up with this meeting, she says that will help. Okay. So then Melody says, where's everybody else? She says, why are you here first? Okay. So she says, you meaning Marceau and Tisha is late again? That's what Kimmy had to say. So Kimmy says in her confessional, she says that Tisha and Marceau are notorious for being late. She says, but it's your meeting, and I think it is very disrespectful to be late to a meeting that you're hosting. She's like, come on, bro. And I feel that way. I'm going to give you 10, maybe 15 minutes tops. If you call me for a meeting and you're asking me for my time and you are late, I'm not sitting there 30 minutes. I'm not going to sit there 20, 25, 30 minutes. I'm not going to sit there that long. If you call me for a meeting and we say the meeting is at 3:00, if you show up 15 to 20 minutes past that time, bitch, I'm in the car and we up the highway. I'm leaving. If you don't respect my time any more than that, baby, I cannot respect yours. I got to go because my time is valuable. That's 15 minutes, 20 minutes of my time I cannot get back. Don't throw no meeting and ask me to be somewhere, or don't invite me out somewhere and you're not there. You should be the first one. Then I get it. Sometimes things happen, traffic, whatever the case may be. But call ahead and say, hey, I'm running just a little bit late. I'm on my way. I'm going to be there. Tisha Marceau didn't even call ahead to say, hey, Kimmy, we're running a little late. We'll be there in a few minutes. That's disrespectful as hell. And you feel like you're entitled to do that because you feel like you got this title of, being over this meeting. But at the end of the day, Tisha has no, respect anyway. And she doesn't know how to handle business, it seems. And neither does Marceau, because the two of them continue to play with people's time. And they do it time and time again. We've seen it several times. With them. And Kimmy was very irritated by that shit. And I totally don't blame her because I'm that way. Kimmy then tells Melody, she says that she has 6 more weeks of radiation. Okay. And she also mentions that she needs a vacation. All right. I don't know how the hell that's going to happen, because Maurice didn't even want to take her on no honeymoon. So y'all know his cheap, sorry ass probably ain't even gonna want to go on no damn vacation. So then Melody says that you should take a vacation, okay? Because y'all know Melody stays in the air. She stays catching them flights, baby, and never catching them feelings, all right? So then Kimmy says, by the way, where were you? So she's trying to get in Melody's business, which y'all know Melody is very mute when it comes to where she is and who she was with. She ain't talking about nobody she dating, and she damn sure ain't talking about her personal life because it's what they call personal. All right, Melody says, I was out of the country. So Melody's real short with her answer. She's not elaborating. I was out of the country. Silence. All right, so Kimmy says, why out of the country? She says, I saw some legs and arms, some crab legs, and etc. She says that Mel, well, she says, why you, Mel says, well, why you want to know? Okay. She said, why you want to know? Mel's asking her, why you want to know? So Melody says that, I don't know what you're asking. And she kind of starts laughing, trying to laugh it off. You can tell Melody did not want to divulge that information, period. Okay. So production kind of rolls tape on Melody and another man with the arm around her. As y'all remember what Melody posted on social media where she was kind of laid back. She had the face beat. She kind of had on her Beyonce wig, honey. And they had this man with looked like he had on like a green sleeve with his arm around her. And she was sitting back like booed up on this person. So Kimmy was trying to ask, who is this individual that you was booed up with that had his arm around you? And Mel was just not about to give no information on that, okay? Kimmy says that the pictures on social media looks like a man's arm, okay? She says, do you got a new boo? She says that you don't want to share. And Mel was like, hell to the no, I don't want to share with you. Because as soon as Mel tell them who her new boo is and tell them information about her, first thing Kimmy gonna do is call up Stormy and call up Tisha, and they're gonna all go out and sit up and talk about Mel's business. Because y'all know Kimmy is a fence rider. I love me some Kimmy, and I'm sorry she's sick, but Kimmy, you a fence rider, boo. You ain't gonna do nothing but sit there and soak up all Melody's business and go call Tisha and call Stormy, and y'all gonna be sitting at the bar, honey, where the Honda cars be, telling Melody's business. That's what you're gonna be doing. And Mel was like, yeah, not today. I'm not telling y'all shit. You ain't knowing nothing. You ain't knowing where I flew out. Just know I'm out the country, bitch. When you don't see that G-Wagon in the yard, bitch, I'm not home. Okay? If you see the red light through the window, bitch, just know my legs are in the air to the moon. Stay out my damn business. If you drive by my house and you see a red light peeping through my blinds, that's called the red light special. Mind your damn business. Anybody got any red lights over there? Shout out to the red lights. Damn, was I telling my business? Never mind. Shit. Let me be quiet. Whoa, don't be peeping through my blinds now. If y'all see that red light on, mind your business. Keep going. Don't be stopping in front of my house when you see the red light on. Nah, I'm trying to handle some damn business over here. I'm grown. All right, that go for y'all too. Move right along. Woo! All right, so Kimmy says that the pictures on social media, okay, looks like a man's arm around you. Says you got a new boo. Said you don't want to share. Man was like, oh yeah, no. All right. So Kim was like, why? And I'm thinking, bitch, because you're nosy. I was like, no. Melody says, because I don't want to share everything all the time. Okay, I don't blame her. So Kimmy says that you don't have to share all the time, but I'm just asking. She's still pressing Mel. Mel sitting there with like the hell no face, like, girl, hell no. I ain't about to tell you. So Melody says she starts giving Kimmy some vacation destination ideas. She's like, girl, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Anyway, you might want to try Mexico. Like, Mexico is a good place. Girl, going down there to Texas, girl, they got good burritos down there. She's telling Kimmy all these different places that she could go to kind of get her mind off asking her damn business, girl. Mm-hmm. So Melody says that it would be a great place to go after your radiation. You know, Kimmy's still looking like, bitch, you still ain't told me who this person is. And Mel looking at her like, bitch, I done told you I ain't. Okay. So Kimmy says that you can't post pictures and then think that we're not going to ask questions, okay? And Mel says, I don't have a problem with people asking questions or saying none of your business. I was just like, that's how you clear the girl out of there, girl. Okay, so then Kimmy says, how you figure though? She says, I see it all over your face, Mel. Like, I know you got somebody, girl. Why you ain't want to tell me? I see it all over you, girl. You glowing, girl. You sitting over there smiling like this, girl. Like, that says you got a man, girl. That says you got a man, like they say on Color Purple. When Sugar Avery said, I need a man. Mel got her a man, honey. Mm-hmm. Go on home and put you some of that bubbling oil, like Like, so not Miss Sophia, but old girl said, put some bubbling oil, honey, in that tub. Ain't that what they call it? The bubbling oil. I was like, bitch, that's yeah. Bubble bath, honey. We call it bubble bath, but they call it bubbling oil. Anywho, Melody says, I appreciate all the love and support. Okay. She says, God is good. She still ain't coming up off who this man is, child. She ain't telling her business. So Melody goes in confessional. She says that I'm not ready to talk about my relationship or putting who I'm dating in the forefront. She says, or anything else that I have going on, because I do have so many other things going on, and who I'm dating takes a back burner for me. And I totally agree with that. Keep people out your business. You don't have to tell everybody everything, especially with her starting over. She already said her man is not on social media at all. So she's really not trying to put him out there to where crazy ass Martel gonna be all up in her damn business like he was trying to do when he thought she was dating Devin Keith. Y'all saw how crazy he was acting then, all on social media, talking about he's sending Devin Keith cash apps and all that. I'm just like, dude, that ain't even who she dating. Okay, Mel says she's never going to be telling it, and I don't blame her. She don't want Martel's ass acting crazy because y'all know he's really not over her. He's pissed and mad at the fact that she done changed that name. But let's move on, honey. So in walks Maurice while Mel and Kimmy are talking. Okay, Kimmy greets him, hi, babe. And he comes in, child, looking like the Ninja Turtle that he is in a suit, honey. Then Marceau kind of falls in right behind him. They come in both late as hell, okay? Then Martel sachets his sweet ass up in there. So, what's up, people? Okay. He kind of sees Melody, which then that makes his day, which was kind of awkward for Mel because you could see it on her face. Her whole disposition changed as soon as Martel walked in. She was like talking to Kimmy like this, but as soon as Martel walked in, it was like this motherfucker. This motherfucker. That's how she was looking. She ain't feeling Martel at all. During this time, mind you, is when they were fighting in court for the custody battle. So her seeing him in that moment was just like, this bitch, like really, like I was really hoping his ass won't come in anyway because he ain't really got no businesses. That's the look she was giving. So Martel takes his square tight ass around the table and sticks his hand out like this to Mel to kind of get like a pound from her. And Mel, she's just kind of sitting with arms folded. She looks guarded. Y'all know body language when you're sitting like this is, bitch, I'm kind of uncomfortable now. Because before when she was talking to Kimmy, she was relaxed. Now the arms are folded. She's kind of in her space. She looks at Martel like this when he holds a hand out like, bitch, please go around the table and sit your stupid ass down because you know I'm not about to be shaking your hand. That's the look she gave him, and that's what she gave his ass. And he sashayed his ass right on back around that table, pulled the chair out, and sat his lame ass down, okay? Yeah, Melody, and she wouldn't even give him eye contact. That's just how much she was not feeling him. And he felt that heat coming off her ass like this right here, and he went sat his ass down. I was like, can you go sit your ass down, boy? You know she's not about to shake your hand and y'all in court, and you trying to take her kids away. Like, sit your ass down, Martel. So then Marceau, he greets Kimmy, but he didn't even go towards Mel because I think he already knew Mel won't feeling him like that, okay? I think it's understood that he is in the bitch zone too, okay? So then Martel asked Mel, you doing all right? And Mel's like, I'm all right. Like, bitch, sit down. I'm all right. He trying to hold a conversation and shake hands like ain't shit going on between the two of them. I was like, boy, you got a nerve. So then Melody gave Martel the bye, go sit your ass down look. Martel goes around, like I said, he sits down. Then he goes into confessional, which we already knew that shit was coming. Martel says that Melody is really childish. You wasn't childish for walking around and bothering her. A simple hello to everyone would have sufficed. But because you got to have that personal attention, you want that attention from Mel, and she didn't give you that. Now all of a sudden she childish, but you got her in court to take her children away, and that's not. Oh, okay. Go off. So he says that there's no cause for her not to shake my hand, you know. Bitch, she don't want to shake your hand. That's the same hand that you around here eating ass with and everything else. Mel was like, take that nasty ass hand that you've been having up everybody else's ass and go over there and sit your ass down. I don't want to shake your hand. I don't know where your hand been. Hell, I don't even know if you washed your hands the last time your ass went to the bathroom. Sit your ass down, Martel. You gonna call somebody else childish and you stay being childish. He says that Mel should show that we can coexist in the same space without animosity or whatnot, okay? He says, so I think that she's getting off on the wrong foot already. No, her foot should have been up your ass already. That's what should have been going on already. Martel. That's what that wrong foot that you just mentioned should have been up your ass. Because ain't nobody tell you to walk your ass around there to even bother her. And that's what he likes to do. Martel gets a rise out of bothering Mel when he already knows she don't see it for him. It was all over her face. That soon as he walked in and he locked eyes with her, she gave him the look of this bitch. What is he doing here? So what in that look gave you the opportunity to feel like it was okay for you to walk around there and she was going to shake your hand? If you come in the room and I'm looking at you like this, does that mean I'm ready to shake your hand and be cordial towards you and even coexist with your ass? If I'm looking at you like this, that's that bitch. You better go sit down. Look, you're not getting no handshake, but you are going to get a foot up the ass. And that's free. And we got 2 feet. Okay. So unless you want your anal cavities bleeding, please sit down. That's what I told his ass. Okay. Yeah. Unless you want to be getting surgery to get my size 9 about your ass, please go sit down. Sitting down would be a great thing for you to do right now, Martel. That's what I told his ass. Goodbye. I'd have been on that type of pity. Goodbye. I'd have gave him one of those. Goodbye. Sit your tight ass down. Goodbye. So Tisha finally arrives, honey. After everyone else, she's the last one to arrive, and this is her meeting. Go figure. With her late ass coming in here looking like a fake ass. Who she looking like? Who can I say she looked like, honey? Because y'all know I'm feeling super petty tonight, honey. She was looking like a fake ass Dottie Peoples or somebody, child, with that wig on. I said, child, sit your ass down. She come up in there with that white jacket on, looking like first lady of somebody's Church of God in Christ, child. I was like, Tisha, where you going with this white jacket on, honey? But she finally arrives, honey, to the meeting. She greets Marceau, this fake ass hug, this church hug, honey. She goes and sits down beside Melody. She got on this little white book bag, honey. She trying to match her white jacket with her white book bag. Melody looking at the bag like that shit fake. But anyway, so Tisha and Marceau, honey, they go in their little confessional. And I don't know why everybody want to be in confessional. Says that this meeting is to see who is on board and if we're going to go forward, okay? So Tisha says that Tisha, like I said, she places her stuff on look all important, like she's coming in, honey, to an important business meeting. That's how she was trying to look. So then Marceau and Tisha, they back in confessional, honey. Tisha says that it's time to secure a spot. Marceau says, well, I'm not paying anybody, so let's just take it off the table if they don't want to join because of non-payment. Okay, so he already going in it 10 toes down in terms of saying they not paying nobody. Okay, so then Tisha says that per our last meeting, she starts to meet out. Per our last meeting that I asked everyone to email me if you on board and send me the topics that you'd like to discuss. Okay. She says that I haven't received an email from any of you. So I'm assuming that we're going to talk about it here. Well, damn it, ain't that why you asked them to be here to talk about it? Okay, go off. So then Kimmy says, I thought that we were going to get an email from you, Tisha. Okay. So I'm guessing that Kimmy did not get hers, or maybe she don't understand thick tongue. So, because I think the Tisha sent all the emails out via thick tongue, and I don't think anybody understood it, which is why they did not respond, but whatever. So then Marceau says that we sent an email out to everybody, but we didn't get any response. And we thought that we would just come here and talk about it again, which, yeah, I mean, you need to talk about it in person, because when you're talking, Tisha, we need to look at your lips so that we can see what you're saying, because we don't understand Pig Latin and thick tongue. So they didn't understand it when you typed it in the email, hence the reason no one responded. Did that help you, Tisha? Moving right along. So Kimmy, of course, is kind of grinning like, bitch, we see what you're trying to do and we're not accepting that, okay? She said, you didn't get a response from anybody? They were like, yeah, no. So then Tisha says, I could have sworn that I sent y'all an email. Okay. She says, to me, it really doesn't matter. She says, she's looking at her phone the whole time. She's talking like she's really important, like she's really to me, it really doesn't matter. I feel like I sent everybody an email. She was on that type of bullshit. Everybody sitting there looking at her like, girl, we didn't get no damn email. And if we did, we didn't understand it. But go on. So Marceau says that we're not here to point the finger. So he's just aggressive. He mad aggressive. Why? I don't know. I was like, listen, Professor Shorttooth, sit back and let Tisha talk, or try to talk. Anyway, okay. So then Tisha says, I know that we talk about money. Okay. Here we go, y'all. I know that we talk about money, and that part of it, she says, and I decided that we're not going to pay anybody. So when she said that, of course, the camera pans over to Melody, and Melody's sitting there with the facial expression of, bitch, I know you lying. That's Melody's facial expression. Bitch, I know you lying. Now I done drove my good gas out to come up here, and you gonna tell me y'all ain't paying nobody? Ooh, girl, you don't even know what this right here mean. This is deuces, right? Girl, you about to get the deuces. I done brought my ass up in here. I done got my hair all braided. I done beat the face just to come in here and you tell me in thick tongue that you're not gonna pay nobody? Ooh, Lord, hold my hand, Lord. Because she was sitting behind Tisha, baby. Tisha like she need to be slapped in that moment. And I wouldn't even be mad. So, of course, Martel looks like, damn. After Tisha said they ain't paying nobody, Martel looks like, damn. I got to pay my lights. My shit about to be off next week. I got to get some more Popeyes because mama ain't made no damn sandwiches. We ain't got no goddamn groceries at the house. So he thinking about all the shit that he ain't got after Tisha done said she ain't paying nobody. Damn, I got to get my tight ass hoochie daddy shorts out the cleaners. I ain't gonna be able to do that shit. I done drove down here, my gas light on. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get home. And y'all ain't paying nobody. I was hoping y'all would cut a little check today or something. He was in that mindset. Because that's all he heard was not pay. He ain't heard shit else Tisha said. All he heard was not pay. Not and pay. And he went off in his mind. All right. His mind was spinning, baby, when he heard not pay. Because he was sure needing a check. Okay. So then Tisha says, we're not paying anybody. Not within this group. And I was like, here you go. So Melody's looking like, what you mean in this group? Like, y'all got some little midgets working in the background that we don't know about. Y'all gonna be paying some midgets to be coming up in here. Like, who getting paid if we ain't getting paid? Because from my understanding, there's 6 of us. Like, who is these other people that y'all talking about that y'all supposed to be getting paid? That they gonna get paid and we not. Like, catch me up, because I'm feeling a little lost. Melody's looking like, girl, what? Like, hold up, wait. I don't work for free. Melody still got that bitch face like, run that shit by me again. Run that shit by me again. Like, no. So then Tisha says, well, Tisha kind of has like this little cocky attitude as she's talking too. Okay, you can tell that she and Marcel already talked, and she already came into the meeting being hella aggressive in her tone in terms of how she's speaking to everyone. So Melody says, did I hear correctly? And I was waiting on this. Melody said, did I hear correctly? So you're not willing to pay anyone in this group for their time, but you're willing to pay other people in other groups for their time? Okay, Melody's like, yeah, catch me up, because bitch, I'm lost. She says, I just don't get it. She says, I just cannot wait to hear the reasons behind all of this. Okay, Melody's like, I need a breakdown, because last time we talked, I thought it was understood that I'm not going to be doing nothing for free. This is my job. I'm a public speaker. If I'm going to be standing up here speaking and giving my time, it's going to need to be a check that's attached to that. Okay. Yeah. Run it back. So like I said, Melody is looking at Tisha like she's waiting on the answer. And Tisha, she just kind of looking straight because she can feel that heat coming in from this side. Because y'all know Melody's sitting beside her. Tisha looking that way, honey. She won't even look at Mel. So then Tisha says, well, since 2018, the community has supported us tremendously. And I got to say it in thick tongue when I say it. Okay. So Marceau, he's sitting across from the table like this. He nodding like, yeah, true. Okay. I was just like, Lord, here we go. She said that we all have different businesses and endeavors, and we're all trying to be successful in them. Okay. She said, and we make monies off of the community every time we put out something. Okay. Did y'all get that? She said, every time we put out something, they support us. She said, we got black, we've got chocolate in a bottle, we got the incest wine, we got United Legal, and mail different products and things that she puts out. Okay. Mel look like, yeah, and keep going. And what? Okay. I ain't understand shit you said, but keep going. Okay. She said that we're able to get paid to present at other companies because of the comeback group. She said that what we talked about in the beginning of the comeback group, okay, she said, I definitely want to get some sponsorships. However, would it be, okay? I feels like the money that we do ways with a W, okay, that we should give back to the community and not put it in our pockets. Did y'all get that? Thank you so much for the super chat, Miss Shirley Ann. I said, oh, Lord, I need some water with my whistle after that. Good God. Lord, I need something stronger after that. Ooh. Maids, bring me some Henny. Oh, I ain't got none. Anyway, so Kimmy says, half of Tisha's dissertation was about the comeback group, okay? I was like, not dissertation. Oh, thank God Tisha didn't say dissertation, child. I didn't need another sip of water, Jesus. All right. So then Marcel sitting across the table like, He agreeing with everything Tisha's saying, knowing he didn't understand shit she said. So then Kimmy says, in regards to substantially why she doesn't feel that it should be a money thing. She says it started with when we first got together, okay? Kimmy says that we were calling it the Black Expo then. She says, I'm just curious. So then Tisha, she's kind of looking down still at her phone. She says, no. Okay, she responds to Kimmy by saying no. By this time, she got an attitude. So then Kimmy goes over her prepared notes, okay, because Kimmy been taking notes. She says that in 2018, she says that when really it was 2016, okay? She said, y'all were saying it was 2018, but it was really 2016. She says that we've been together longer. She says that we referenced it as the comeback group. She says, and it's like the whole, She says it's like the whole thing hinges on the initiatives that we all set out to do. She says, whether you agree in 2016 or not, she says, that's what's happening at this particular function, you know. All right. So then Marceau has that, y'all, he has his head down at this point in time, okay, which means that he is caught. So Kimmy done told him, hey, look, y'all just pretty much recycling our ideas from 2016, Tisha and Marceau. Marceau, anytime he is caught, Marceau always drops his head and continues to stare at the floor. Go back to when they brought the information about him cheating and having the naked pictures of the butts and all that mess in his phone at the reunion. He had his head down. He would not make eye contact. And that is the same thing he was doing in this moment, okay, when Kimmy called them out. So Kimmy says that I just wanted to know what the plan was going to be. So if you're going to say, she says, so if you're saying that y'all made a decision and that's what it is, and y'all are going to sponsor and not going to pay, she says it's going to be the Black Expo, then you've made your decision. That's what Kimmy had to say, okay? So then Martel finally speaks, because last meeting he said nothing. He didn't have anything he wanted to say. But this particular meeting he did. He says, so, what do you guys not want to? She said, why do you guys not want to pay? Okay. He's still on this. Why do you guys not want to pay? Because he think about this money, honey. He said, because all that he heard was no pay. Okay. And he's hurting for money, like I said before. So Martel goes into whole. He said that we do have people who have big influence in here. He's trying to big Mel up, a Mel looking like, whatever, nigga, you still ain't getting no handshake, but go off. So, he says it's sure, hold on. He says we do have people who have big influence in here, okay? Tisha said, right. So then Martel says, that's like Melody said that I want to get paid for whatever. And then you guys, he said, then you guys shoot it down. He says, just ask her, okay? What you want to get paid, okay? To speak up. He said, just ask her what she want to get paid. So Martel was saying pretty much that Melody is a public speaker. You guys were pretty much saying y'all not gonna pay anybody, but you should just ask Melody what she would rather get paid, because it seems like she's the only one that's really pressed in terms of wanting to be paid, because this is what she actually does. Thank you so much, Now and Later Mango, for the super chat. Okay. So Tisha goes back into the whole, she says, I did. And at this point in time, she's raising her voice. I did. Nobody sent me an email, and I asked everyone to send me a response. Send me their information. Okay. I was like, Lord God, Lord, somebody please send her something. So then Marceau says, and that's confirmation that nobody wants to get paid. So he's thinking because nobody responded to these emails that obviously nobody received, that nobody wanted to be paid. Okay. I was just like, boy, that's some total BS. So then Martel says, how you gonna start the meeting off with nobody's going to get paid? He says that Melody feels that she should get paid because she's a public speaker. Okay. Which she is. That's her job. Martel continues. It says, and public speakers should get paid for what they do. I was just like, okay. So then Melody, of course, Melody, of course, is very influential, and Melody's not feeling this. She's still sitting there. She's pissed as hell that they're still on this whole, they're not paying anybody. Okay. So then Maurice says, let me say this. Finally, he speaks up. He says that I want my position to be clear. He says, I don't think that we should get paid. I think that we should have a responsibility to donate. Okay, Maurice. All right. So then Marceau says this is something that we've talked. Marceau says this is something that we've talked about. He says that the Black Business Expo, you guys think of something else, whether it's a coat drive or feeding people. And if we get sponsorship money, we can contribute some of that money to your individual endeavors. Notice he says some of that money. Okay, so what's the rest? Where the rest of this money going to go? And that's what Kimmy and everybody else was trying to figure out. You guys are not going to pay us, but you guys are going to get sponsorship. What are you doing with the remaining money from this sponsorship? Since you're not paying nobody, y'all gonna be sitting on it and or holding on to it. Notice too, they haven't even spoke about how much money is going to be that they're asking for in this sponsorship in terms of even having any type of money or anyone sponsoring. They're not speaking on anything about this money situation. They're steering away from that, but they're trying to make the focus on the job itself. And if everybody's going to jump in and be a part of this particular business expo, they're not talking about the money part. And that's where Melody is kind of getting irritated, because that's what she asked in the last meeting about being paid. Now they're hinting on the actual sponsorship, but they're not elaborating on it, which then makes Kimmy feel like there's some snake mess going on, and Melody kind of caught that too, but they're getting upset. Marceau and Tisha, they're getting irritated and upset because Melody and Kimmy are catching on to their bullshit. For those of you that watched it, you already know what I'm talking about, okay? So Melody says, in all honesty, that Tisha came in and went 10 toes down on, I'm not paying anybody. She says, that's cool. That's fine. Y'all came up with this idea. She says, I do find it interesting, though, that the last meeting, nobody thought about no sponsorship. She says the sponsorship came up because I mentioned speaking fees. Now the idea I presented is being used to say, well, we'll get sponsors, but this is what we're going to do with it then. So Melody was like, y'all just ran off of my damn idea from the first meeting, and then you're going to stand, 10 toes down and say that you don't want to pay nobody when that was my idea from the damn start. So you're going to take my idea and then tell me I'm not paying you. And that's the type of mess that Tisha likes to do, honey. Tisha has no originality when it comes to anything. She sits back and she listens and she makes mental notes, and then she uses everybody else's idea as her come up, and that's what she's trying to do. And Melody pretty much called her out on it in this meeting, which further irritated Tisha when Melody called her out. So Tisha nods her head like, Marceau then speaks and says that we're asking you guys for your time. He says, I associate anybody at this table asking to be paid to be greedy. I was like, what? What? Why? Because the money raised through sponsorship will have to be split instead of in you and Tisha's pockets. You guys are looking like you're greedy and being dishonest about this entire situation. Okay. Tisha says, well, babe. Martel then kind of jumps in and cut Tisha off. He says, why would you guys say greedy though? Why? Okay. So then Marceau says, because you're making money off the people that's supporting you. Okay. And in my crazy mind, I feel like this. Okay. Can you have that same attitude towards somebody like Walmart who is making money off you? Okay. About Walmart and any other business that make money off you. That's the whole idea of it all, is to make money. People are going to support you, but if you are going to ask people for their time, which is taking them away from other things in terms of them being paid, Melody gets paid for her social media. Melody gets paid for public speaking. So if you're taking her from over here from where she's getting paid and having to turn down jobs because she's going to be getting paid here in an effort to come over here and do an expo where you guys are asking her to work for free, she is losing money. Melody is a businesswoman. You asking her to give up something that she enjoys doing, that is her job in terms of her supporting her 4 children, to come and do something for free for you guys when you guys are going to get sponsorship on the back end, but then sit on that money and refuse to give her any of that money. And she's concerned about that. And I feel her on that. It's looking like you guys are trying to pimp somebody out to work for free, as you guys do with all your other businesses. They stay hiring people to come in and work for free. And Melody was just like, no. They stay and I've seen several flyers where Tisha and Marcel be out there saying, oh, we need interns. We need interns. Well, because you don't want to pay nobody. So you call them interns. Oh, we need interns at Black. Oh, we need some interns to come and work at Show. And you call them that because you do not want to pay them. So you're going to work the hell out of them. Talk to them any kind of way. Because you know Marcel is disrespectful as hell because they're interns and you ain't got to cut no check. That's all it is. That's all it is. So Tisha says that what we're asking is for everyone to put our egos to the side. So Kimmy says, wait. Let me say this, okay? And then Melody kind of cuts her off, says, how are you going to tell me that my philanthropy time isn't worth anything, okay? Marceau then cuts Melody off and says, but you don't get to tell me what I think either, okay? Talking to Melody. So the conversation is starting to escalate. All right. So then Martel, he kind of puts his head down and starts rubbing his eyes. Okay. Because he ain't really got shit to say anyway. Marceau then continues and says that I'm telling you now. He says, I'm telling you how I feel. I feel that that's greed. He's still stuck on this, that they're being greedy. All right. So then Marceau says that if you feel that Marceau. Oh, so Marceau is then asking Mel, says that you don't feel that that's greed. And Melody, Martel kind of jumps in and says, that's not even greed, though. So Martel, he kind of did jump in there and said that that's not greed. So then Melody says, you guys says that we want you guys to come in and support this, and we're going to support you on the back end. When I look at the track record, she says, I can't say that anybody at this table has offered to sponsor mimosas with Melody that I've ever had. She says for 3 or 4 years now. So you asking Melody to help you guys out and be 10 toes down for you guys. And she's saying for 3 or 4 years now, she's hosted her mimosas for Melody. And you guys haven't even stepped foot even up to even ask to even sponsor and or do anything related to it. So then Marceau jumps in and says, going forward. And then Melody cuts him off and says that what I'm saying is it's too far-fetched for me right now. So she's just letting them know I'm not feeling it because you guys don't support me on nothing. But then you want me to jump in and just support. So then Tisha said, it's not fair to say none of us support mimosas with Mel when you has not asked us even to try to support your skincare line, and I got escorted out. Now, y'all remember that when Tisha invited herself to Melody's skincare line, okay, and she showed up uninvited with that yellow polka dot dress on, and they had Barney Fife come up in there and tell her that she had to leave because Melody told her that she was not invited. Y'all remember that? Tisha crashed Melody's event, and Melody asked her to leave. So Melody was like, Tisha said, that's not fair for you to say that. Okay. Melody says, but we're talking about sponsorship, sis. Not what you're talking about. You reaching back all the way back to season 3 when I kicked you out. We're not talking about that because your ass won't invite it anyway. I'm talking about sponsorship. You talking about crashing a party you won't invite it to. Those two don't even align with what we're talking about. That's what Melody was trying to let Tisha know. So she just kind of sat there like, damn sure don't, but I'm still mad. So then Tisha says in confessional, okay, because she wasn't bold enough to say the shit to Melody, okay, with her Easter wig on, honey, trying to clap back at Melody in confessional. She says that I know Mel is not sitting here with a straight face talking about a track record. She says, I've tried to be supportive of her business in the past. She says, and she didn't even want me involved. Okay. So then production rolls tape back to Mel having Tisha escorted out of the event with the security guy. Like I said, the dude that looked like Barney Fife, Mr. Top Flight Security of the damn event. All right. So then Tisha says that I'm not trying to go there with Mel right now. She says that I'm trying to bring everyone together for this meeting. Okay. So then Tisha says that I don't care how ridiculous they're being. My purpose here is for us to work together. Says that we wasn't thinking, oh, when we get this sponsorship package, that's less money that we have to spend. I was like, Lord, Lord, Lord Jesus. She says, I was thinking that we would have money over here with this money coming in, okay? With the small business that we're dealing with, we get paid down to put their business to help them be successful, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all in thick tongue, honey. Yeah, did y'all get that? So then Marceau is kind of looking at Tisha with like this blank stare, okay? All right, like there's a lie somewhere, but keep talking, sis, all right? So then Marceau then says, because we have charges as well, says that we're not even getting paid for that either. So he's trying to say that Black is coming up off some money for this particular event or event, as Tisha calls it. So then Tisha says that we can give much, says that we can give more to the community, and that's it. She's still trying to explain to them, honey, that they can give to this community, honey. So then Kimmy says that I find that hard to believe. All right. So then Tisha interrupts Kimmy, and she's getting loud at this point. She says, well, I'll tell you what I thought and what was on my mind. All right. I was just like, you might want to turn the volume down, because who the hell are you yelling at, thick tongue? All right, so then Kimmy says, as entrepreneurs, it's hard to imagine to be able to know that I can get money in, and that's not going to compensate for the money spent. All right. So Kimmy goes into confessional. She says, I get it, and I want to do the expo. She says, I'm not really feeling that they're going to lose money in doing it, though. She says, and at the end of the day, it's the Black Expo. She says, it's all about business, and in business, you're not trying to lose money. Okay, so that's what Kimmy had to say in her confessional. All right, so then Kimmy says to the group, she says that I ain't asking for money. She says, and she says that what I'm asking for, to call it what it is. All right. She says, and it's a comeback initiative. All right. So then Marceau kind of looks like, okay. All right. So then Kimmy then continues. She says, Kimmy continues. She says that you slapped a new management name on it. And she says, to make it sound pretty, she says, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So then Maurice says that I agree with Kimmy that it's actually our idea. He says that y'all just recycled our ideas. Okay. So then Melody, she's at this point, she's chuckling like, finally somebody else sees what I've been trying to say. So then Maurice, he kind of yells, this is our idea. Okay. So then I was just like, Lord. Now, Maurice, you were sitting there, like I said, agreeing with Marceau when y'all were at the job site. Now that Kimmy's sitting there and you see that Kimmy is not feeling it. Now you on Kimmy's side and you trying to agree with what Kimmy's saying. But as you guys may know, that is the end of that episode, okay? I rank this episode a 5. I rank it a 5, okay? That's the end of the episode. Let's go ahead and talk about the next episode of what's coming up. Let me give you guys some idea rather of, let me give you guys an idea of what's coming up next episode. So next episode, Melody tells Tisha that it's feeling as though you're being closed-minded, Tisha. So Tisha didn't like that, okay, because Melody was checking her ass. So then Marceau then says that when it comes to the comeback group, that everything seems dysfunctional, okay? So then Kimmy says to Marceau that you're the biggest dysfunctional to the group. I was like, damn, all right. Marceau, of course, got mad. And then he claps back at Kimmy and says, man, please. All right. So then Maurice says that this is why we can't come back. All right. Talking about the group. Tisha rolls her eyes, and then she kind of looks into the sky as she's rolling her eyes, and she's sipping on her drink and pretty much ignoring everybody. Y'all know that's her go-to, honey, to roll them eyes. Sitting over there looking like a fake-ass Gladys Knight without the pips because they was too sick of her ass to even show up. But anywho, so then Melody and Nell, honey, they're at this pole dancing class together. And I was just like, all right, Mel, like what you trying to be learning in here in this pole dancing class? Girl, I know you got a new man, girl. You're there trying to learn some new tricks. So she and Nell are at this pole dancing class, honey. The ladies, honey, they are in there learning some moves on the pole, honey. And I'm just trying to figure out where in the hell Nell got this damn wig from. I don't know who be doing Nell wigs, honey. Not to get off topic, but Nell, baby, I need you to stop Elmer gluing these damn wigs down because it's looking a hot damn mess. These damn Take Me to the King wigs that Nell be wearing on this show is a hot mess. You and Chris Fletcher, y'all got a nice little corn, honey. I'm gonna need y'all to get some better wigs because them Take Me to the King wigs that Nell be wearing on this damn show is really starting to get on my damn nerves. Like for real. This wig she had on in this particular scene at the strip club, baby, I was hoping that wig would have fell off when she would have twirled her ass around that thing because it was looking a hot damn mess. It was looking a hot damn mess. Mel was in there trying to get her diamond from Players Club on, and Nell was in there looking like somebody old ass auntie, honey, trying to get up on that pole. And I was just like, Nell, I need you to put the Elmer's glue down, and I need you to throw that damn wig in the trash and start the hell over, okay? Now, moving on, honey. Tisha tells Marceau in the next scene that that they're going to be staying together under one roof because they're family. I don't know what the hell is going on with them, but I know Wanda Jean, honey, Uncle Wanda, was over there saying that Tisha and Marceau are not separated. So I don't know where that conversation came from with them talking about Tisha telling Marceau they standing in their little tiny little kitchen that they're going to stay together under one roof because they're family. Okay, not sure what the hell is going on with that, but Tisha tells Marceau just making sure that we're really clear on that. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Marceau, he drops his head like, all right. Okay, so then Betty, honey, and her sister, Betty Kruger, and her sister gonna be having like this big blow up next episode. And the sister says that I hope that you appreciate it because you're no longer my sister. Okay, talking about Betty, they having some kind of argument. Stormy kind of yells at the two of them, saying, "Hold up, wait." So then the sister kind of says to Stormy when they kind of sit down and have a conversation, she says, if I got to talk to her, she says, you probably going to be bailing me out of jail. So she's kind of on her rah-rah talking about Betty, honey. I don't know what the hell Betty did, but it could have been anything because y'all know Betty lives to be wrong and stay starting some mess. All right. I was just like, child. She says, if I got to talk to her, then y'all probably going to be bailing me out of jail. And I'm like, I don't know how Stormy going to be doing it, baby, because the Popos is looking for her too. So I don't know who going to bail y'all out because Stormy going to be locked up here soon. So, but go or sis. But that's it, y'all. That's what's going to happen on the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, honey. I try to make it interesting and give you guys a nice little laugh and a gag, honey. Talking about Tisha, honey, and trying to be over this damn meeting, sounding a hot damn mess. But that's it. That is the review, honey, for Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey. Episode 10, season 6. Unpaid in full is the topic of this particular episode. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that like. We got over 1,000 in here tonight watching me. 1,037 people, 723 likes. Please get that like button up, honey. Hit that like button if you did not hit it coming in. Please hit it on your way out. Also, please subscribe to this channel if you did not. Okay. And thank you, Moms, for doing such a great job. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for any cash apps that you may have sent. Yeah, thank y'all so much. They said excellent review. Thank you so much. Somebody said awesome. I appreciate it. Y'all, I put a lot into my reviews for you guys so that you guys don't be bored and just sitting here listening to me talk. Okay, so gotta add some commentary and some funny jokes and all that up in there so you guys can have a nice little. Okay, but thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let you guys go so that we can get on up in the morning, honey. We got Car Chronicles. I will be in the car on my way to work, honey. Yes, I see the hearts. I see the kisses. Love you guys right back. All right, see you guys in the morning for Car Chronicles. Love you all the way that way, and goodbye. Yes.